Hey everyone, I'm Chaz and this is Khan. Thank you for clicking on the video. This is weeks 3 and 4 of the road to Richmond. So I'm going to talk to you while Connor and I are taking a walk here and tell you about week 3, because I'll be bringing you along for week 4. Most of this video is during week 4. Week 3, I was still in summer grit. It was still July at the time, so that was like the last 3 days of summer grit. But I had already reached my goal mileage of 300 miles at the end of the previous week. So on Monday, I was mainly doing a recovery run, a solo recovery run of about 8 miles, and that was in the ASICS Nova Blast 5. And it was just a good meditative run where I was just cruising. And then Tuesday, I was doing a superset of strides, 20 by 100 meter strides at the track. And I had a couple of training partners for that one. And that was in the Topo Cyclone 2. Again, just working on those neuromuscular adaptations. Wednesday was the last run I had before traveling to the Pacific Northwest. So I did 10 miles with a big group of people. There were probably 12 of us early in the morning. And I was wearing the Tier Valkyrie Speedworks for that one. And then got on a plane, flew to Seattle because my sister lives in Des Moines, Washington, which is just south of Seattle, right near the airport. And I was doing a series of 6.5 mile runs on and off while I was there. And most of those were in the Adidas Evo SL or in the Nike Zoom Fly 6. On that Saturday, I did the Des Moines Creek Park Run, which is very near my sister's house. And you probably saw that in my video from last week. I got first overall there, ran an 18:22 in the ASICS Metaspeed Edge Tokyo. And then the following day, on Sunday, I did a long run in the Evo SL, just kind of exploring King County and some of the hilly roads, but then also got on the Green River Trail, which is a greenway, a flat, fast greenway. I know there's a half marathon there. One of my viewers told me about that, so I might have to look into that if I'm ever visiting my sister during that. Anyway, that's what last week looked like, just more base training with a few quick, short neuromuscular stuff and a park run 5K thrown in there. Now we'll get into week 4. Good morning. It's Tuesday, August 5th, and it is about 4:36 in the morning. Teacher work days have started for me, so I'm back to early morning runs. And I had to take yesterday, Monday, off because that was the travel day. We were traveling back from the Pacific Northwest. So I'm going to switch things around this week and do my moderately long run on Tuesday. So I'll try and do 80 to 90 minutes this morning. And there's a light rain going on. It's ironic. I was in the Pacific Northwest and not a single raindrop, but I come back to North Carolina and it starts raining on me. So for longer mileage in the rain, I'm going to be wearing the Brooks Glycerin Max because the Glizzy Max is just one of the most durable tanks for mileage in any weather. Alright, see you later. Alright, that was a lovely 80-minute run, about 81 minutes, 10 miles. The rain is falling down a little bit harder than it was, but it felt really nice in this late summer weather. And despite how many puddles I ran through, the Glycerin Max was perfect. My feet are still dry, so I really needed this run today, and I'm going to do some ATP hill sprints tomorrow. See you then. Good morning, it's 5 a.m. on Wednesday morning, the 6th of August, and we are doing some ATP hill sprints today. And if you're not familiar with ATP hill sprints, those are 8-second all-out complete muscular effort sprints up a hill, and they are intended to work on motor group activation and raw speed. So they are nothing like intervals that you might do at a track. It's really just muscular today, neuromuscular, connecting those groups and allowing your body to train them and access them when all of your regular slow twitch running groups get exhausted. There's 12 of them, so that adds up to only about 96 seconds of total work. That means the rest of the run is really just going to be easy running and recovery, because you want to recover completely. I usually take 3 to 3.5 minutes at least between these 8-second hill sprints. So shoe choice for today, Brooks Hyperion 2. For a workout like this, I'm not going to use a super shoe. I don't need anything plated or with a lot of cushion, because I don't want any extra mechanical advantage. I want my body to be doing the work so I can train those motor groups. And I want to avoid something with too much cushion, because then you'll just be fighting that cushion trying to sprint up a hill. But I'm not doing a straight racing flat, because since most of the running is easy and it's a lot of base running, I want a little bit something under my foot, and I think the Hyperion 2 is perfect for that role. All right, I'm done with my Wednesday workout, and I'm going to talk to you from inside the car because it's raining pretty hard out right now, and it was for most of the run. That was refreshing. So at this point in the plan, about 3.5 weeks in, I've been doing a few neuromuscular workouts. When I did hill sprints earlier in the plan, it really wore me out, even though I was only doing about 10 of them at 8 seconds apiece. And part of that might have been it was in the middle of summer grit, but also at this point in the plan, I'm starting to get adapted to that and starting to feel a little bit stronger. So even though I'm doing maximal effort, I'm not really laid low as much as I was before, even though I was doing more of them this time. And that will still be a fitness component that I will maintain throughout the other phases of the plan, mostly through strides or hill strides. But the focus on that in the beginning of the plan is really going to pay dividends later in the plan as a foundation, and possibly later in a long race when I'm really trying to recruit motor groups. Good morning. It's about 4:55 exactly a.m. on Thursday, August the 7th, and the plan for today is to get another 75 or 80 minutes easy, and I don't anticipate picking up the pace, but in case I need to hurry to get to school on time, I am wearing a somewhat fast shoe. This is the On Cloud Boom Zone, not my favorite workout shoe, and I think it's rather overpriced, but I don't run in it often, and I'm not really going to sell it because I have too many miles on it. So I might as well get some miles in it, right? All right. Okay, I'm done with 75-minute run. Nice and easy. I had some company for parts of it. And yeah, the legs feel not too bad. A little bit of muscle soreness from the hill sprints yesterday, but the legs don't feel heavy or stale like they did in the previous weeks, which is good. Well, one, I'm not doing summer grit. Two, it also means I'm getting some neuromuscular training without diving too deep into the cumulative fatigue, which I should not be experiencing until a little bit later in the plan. So that's good. Very happy with how this foundational phase of the plan is going right now. As far as the On Cloud Boom Zone, I'm just not sure that this shoe knows what it wants to be. It's supposed to be a companion trainer to the Cloud Boom Strike, and it does okay. I think the Helion HF Piba midsole is a little bit firm and flat and dead for a Piba midsole, but it's durable, and this has a durable outsole, which has a little bit of traction. The Cloud Boom Strike does not have a lot of traction. I think this shoe would be well priced if it were $160 or $170, but at $210, which is its MSRP in the United States, I think you're just paying for the On brand name. So I have enough miles on these that I don't think I would want to sell them. I would have to really discount them. If I had fewer miles, I'd be throwing them up on the Supwell app, but I'll continue to run in them because they are durable. If you can find this shoe for anything under $150 US, it might be worth taking a look at. Otherwise, I would say take a pass on it. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey there, it's Friday, August 8th, about 5:30 in the morning, and I'm gonna try and get about an hour, maybe a little bit more of easy running in and finish it off with some strides at the track. It's been raining all week. It just stopped raining, but it's probably gonna start again. I'm about done with the rain. But I'm wearing my trusty Hoka Mach 6 today because really they're my favorite daily trainer all-rounder of the past year, and I'm looking for something to replace them because they're on their last leg. So maybe the Brooks Hyperion 3 is what I'm looking for. We'll see. Well, it's another 15-kilometer run in the books at a base pace effort. This one was a bit slower, a bit heavier than earlier in the week because I chose an intentionally hilly route. The reason for that is because in the past couple of days, I have joined a Blue Ridge Relay team. If you're not familiar with the Blue Ridge Relay, it is a 208-mile relay race from Southern Virginia to Asheville, North Carolina, through the Blue Ridge Mountains. And it is an ultra masters team, so we're all above the age of 40, and there's only going to be 6 of us for the 36 legs. It's hilly, it's long, so I'm gonna have to be running hills between now and then. Yeah, still not ready to get rid of my Mach 6, even though they're getting a little bit long in the tooth. At least not until I find an adequate replacement, which will be a tall order. See you guys tomorrow. I am actually going to be race directing a local 5K that our running club puts on every month. So I won't be running it except to mark the course, but I'll be the guy with the bullhorn starting it. Good morning and welcome to Abersham Park. It is Saturday the 9th of August and I am about to go and mark the 5K course for the DART Abersham Free 5K, and then I will be the race director. So I'm going to get my run in nice and early and then watch everyone else run. So I did about 5.5 miles. I went out and I marked the course with chalk and then just did a couple extra miles on hills just because I need to get hills in where I can. Now I am here checking in runners, and Charlotte Running Company is here with a demo fleet of Hoka shoes too. I did my run today in the 361 degrees Elios, which is fantastic as a no-nonsense daily trainer. It has a 36 millimeter stack height in the heel, 30 in the forefoot, which is pretty moderate when it comes to stack heights these days, but the midsole, the Primo midsole, is a supercritical foam that has a lot more bounce and a lot more cushion than a shoe of that stack height normally would. Okay, I'm gonna check in runners and then we'll get the race started. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 4th monthly DART Abersham Free 5K. It is an out and back course. The start is here. You'll cross the road, but the finish line, you will not cross the road again. The finish line is just about 100 feet before you get to the road coming back this way. It's clearly marked in chalk on the tarmac. The markings will be on the right. Please try and stay on the right side of the greenway, especially when there's two-way traffic. If you want to try and hit the tangents if you can see, but there will be pedestrians and dogs on the greenway, so please be careful. Markings are in kilometers and in miles, and they are pretty accurate. The 3K one might be a little off. I didn't have a banana for scale, but if it's off, it's by no more than 3 giraffes. The course records are 17:04
for the record. That was like 2 laps, Chad.
20 minutes and 22 seconds for women. So give it a shot. It's great weather for August. Make sure you see Ian and make sure he has your correct bib number punched in. Do we have any questions before we start? All right, have fun, everyone. Runners, take your mark. Go.
Good work, runners.
Good morning. It's Sunday and it is August 10th and it's a long run day, and I'm gonna plan on running somewhere between 120 and 140 minutes today, mostly with other people. I'm getting a little bit of time in by myself just to kind of warm up, and there will be some changes in pace today. Nothing too drastically fast, just to kind of stretch out the legs and work some different muscles. And I'm wearing the Tracksmith Elliott Racer today. It's a decent race shoe, but I find it's even better as a long distance trainer that can do a whole lot of paces. It's a beautiful morning. See you on the run. All right, Sunday long run is in the books. 17.67 miles, with the last 4 of that at a little bit of a steezy pace, more in the 7:30 per mile or 4:40 per kilometer. And that was just, like I said before, to stretch the legs out, work some different muscles at the end of a long run. Had a nice big crew for most of this run, and yeah, long runs are my favorite run of the week just because it's just as social as it is a workout. But yeah, I think I ended up with 60.36 miles for the week, if my calculations are correct, which would be the same as last week, down to the 100th of a mile. Thanks for tagging along for these 2 weeks, weeks 3 and 4 of Road to Richmond. And thanks for all those who gave well wishes to Khan as well. He is feeling better. He doesn't need to wear the cone anymore. So we'll be bringing you some more content in the coming weeks. I am a pacer for Around the Crown 10K. If you followed my training for that last year, then that's a fun race, but I'm gonna be on the pace team this year. See you guys on the next run. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ding the bell for notifications.